Well, really, it started with a grant opportunity that we had seen about, actually it's been over a year ago. And really it was just kind of taking an opportunity, and really what helped us was the one-to-one, the Engage Me. That was kind of the catalyst. And what we did is we saw an opportunity to apply for a grant through Raise Your Hand Texas. And it was about blended learning and raising blended learners. And what we wanted to do was take that opportunity because of what the district has provided for us and kind of put those two together. So really the one-to-one Engage Me was the catalyst. We saw the grant opportunity, we went for it.
5 + 4 9.
And allowing the kids to take ownership of their learning and going forth, and not just like having the kids understand their weaknesses and their strengths, but mostly it's about me helping them make progress at whatever level they're at.
3 divided by 1/3. So what is it that we're working on?
The kids are coming and asking me, well, I need a station for volume, I need a station for area, I need a station for this. Like they're telling me, let's go, where are the stations? And I'm like, wait, hold on, slow down. But right now, because the kids are evolving, we have up to 8 stations right now. Today we worked on volume, area, and perimeter. There's some, like 2 kids did very well on their assessment, other kids are in the 70s, other kids are taking longer to progress, to process the information. So some kids today worked on area and perimeter, while other kids are working on 6th grade work.
Our teachers, you know, as in anything that you do that is new and innovative, is you want to say, well, what does it look like? What does a good blended learning classroom look like? Unfortunately, this is so new, especially in Texas, that we don't have a lot of models to go by. And so I think we had to take very innovative people, which we have here. We had to get a culture of teachers that are on the mindset of learning and doing something, because we know that's what's best for kids. And they had to just be risk takers and say, you know what, no matter what, we're gonna try this, we're gonna give this a real shot. And I think they were very pleasantly surprised by the results, by what they're seeing in their students. The most struggling student, the one that's had the most difficulty, is just beaming because they know exactly what they need to work on.
Like, this is fun because they like the movement. Our kids have different needs. Even with the behavior, it helps them a lot, the movement. It gives them the ability to move around, not just be sitting for a longer period of times, because their attention span is very little. So they like the movement in the classroom, and they tell me that they're like the way that they're taking ownership of the classroom, and that they have this movement.
But I have the time and the opportunity to go ahead and differentiate my students' work to work at so that they are able to work at their pace. And for me to be able to teach them at where they're at, instead of just my traditional, I'm gonna stand in the front, I have control. You sit there, you listen to what I'm saying. And now it's a little bit different. Now it's not the high ones are learning at a lower level, or the low ones are learning at a level that they can get it. So it's an opportunity for me to go into the classroom, or to have my classroom and teach everybody at their level and where they're at their pace as well.
Cold.
No, it's cold. Good job. Let's turn to page 3. Let's see page 3.
The blended learning really keeps them motivated and focused on their learning. Because I think behavior starts off with, if they're bored or if they already know something, they kind of just start acting out. But because this is geared to their learning, it really minimizes all of that.
Which number sent it correctly?
This year, my students want to come to school. They feel like they're a part of something. They feel that now, instead of being on the same level as their peers, they understand that the expectation is the same, but they understand that, hey, you know, I have to take ownership of my own learning, And so I have to do A, B, C, and D in order to get to Z. And so, but it's almost not necessarily at their own pace, but it's individualized, it's differentiated to each individual student. And so their attitude has been more positive because they've really owned up to it and taken control of their own learning. Rather than before, it's just kind of, I'm gonna come in and sit down and the teacher's gonna talk for 30 minutes. And now it's more of a, hey, I know what I need to do. I know where I need to start at the beginning of the week, and I know where I need to be at the end.
Just because it has more digits, does it mean that it's the largest? No, we need to look at the place value, right?
Be fearless. Students will surprise you and will guide you as to what or how you can improve blended learning. And I think initially for me, I think I had my idea of blended learning. I posed it to the students, and then they came back to me and said, Mr. Torres, can we do this, but this way? And instead of doing this, can we add this? Oh, look, I found this video. Oh, they're always almost improving my ideas of blended learning. And so what I would tell somebody that's about to dive in is, let the students guide you, and it's going to be a little bit of scary at first because, it's not the traditional way of teaching. So just dive in confidently that at the end, great things are going to happen.